Bringing a 9-year-old boy to the Black Country Living Museum gives you a very different perspective on the things that you're seeing. As members, we're regulars at the museum, but taking our 9-year-old grandson Tyler with us proved to offer some new insights into what's happening there. We also armed him with his own camera, so some of the film you'll be seeing comes from Tyler's viewpoint. Now you'd think a schoolboy wouldn't actually volunteer to go back to school, but Tyler rather liked it because he's been here once or twice before and he remembers that at the end someone gets caned. So he was full of attention. And even chanting the 12 times table along with the rest of the room. When class was dismissed, he wasn't paying a lot of attention to the wrecks of the industrial age in the yards, but he did love the new bit of the museum, which is devoted to the 40s, 50s and 60s and is still under construction. In fact, he was highly impressed with the fact that his grandparents were now so old they had a museum dedicated to their childhood and youth. So 9-year-olds see things sometimes that we don't. We pass over because we know that this was the world as it was, so this is not unusual for us. And of course, when you've got an ancient steam engine and the opportunity to descend into the depths, then you just have to do that, don't you? Or at least, if you're 9 years old, you do. Now, the new developments at the Black Country Living Museum holds out lots of promise, but even now there is a fascination that seems to capture kids. The idea of having a bath in a tin bath in front of the fire is something that you actually have to do. And of course, Tyler is always interested in boats because he's been on our boat when we lived aboard, and he had to peer into the back cabin and get some pictures of life as it was then. "There are 4 beds on there," he exclaimed as he came off the boat, amazed that 4 people could actually live in such a tiny space. And of course, the chain making. Always a favourite with youngsters, all those sparks and red hot steel. I think they're really waiting for something to go wrong. But the demonstration held Tyler's rapt attention. But boys will be boys, and a playground is a place you have to visit, whether you're moving very, very slowly or very, very quickly. And all those toys from the early part of the last century have to be tried and tested. Not a bad skipper, really, is he? apart from when he catches the back of his head, of course. And then there's the hoop. And of course, the hobby horse. And a real one. That cyclist keeps capturing everybody's attention as he rolls around, but the big red bus was Tyler's favourite. And he amused most of the older passengers on board when he asked, "Well, where's the seatbelt?" Being bounced and shifted around as you travel along the roads of the Black Country Museum does give you a feeling for how awful some of those old buses really were, in terms of comfort at least. And as you can see, Tyler was interested by the new development. So, it seems the Black Country Living Museum has a fascination for youngsters and will continue to have, which is good news for its future. And good news for grandparents looking for a good day out for their grandchildren.